Hey, what's up, guys? Zero One here, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about Creed, the film. It stars Sylvester Stallone, Michael B. Jordan, and it's for starters, it's a very well done film. When it comes to the cinematography, when it comes to the story, there is certain parts in the film that I feel that they could have been left out, but overall, it was a pretty nice film. Basically, Michael B. Jordan's character, Donnie, aka Creed, is the illegitimate son of Apollo Creed, and he is found by his wife, his widow wife, and he's raised by her. And we cut from when he was, a teenager. I think what was it, 12, 13 years old, to already an adult, and it takes off that he himself as an adult feel like he has to prove himself that he is somebody, and proving himself means getting to the boxing ring just like his father and showing to the world that he is somebody to be reckoned with. And the story just goes in that way, in the sense that his adopted mother says, no, you do not have to go down that route. You have an education, you work in a real good business. And he's like, no, I'm going to prove myself that I am a real man, and I can be as good, if not better, than my own father. So he goes out there and search for Sylvester Stallone. And one thing that I can point out about this film is that it follows similar beats in a sense to the original Rocky Balboa film, the original back in 1975, 1976. And there's certain points where you feel like it's echoing the original film, and there's other points where it diverges. One good point is the music. The music in this one is very urban, very, like, sometimes you hear like hip hop or rap playing in the back. You'll have those certain times where they will have a sprinkling of the old da da da. Dun, dun, kind of like the original Rocky training film or montage, but it's still very much directed by the guy who actually did Fruitvale Station. So you'll have that urban feeling into the film. And Sylvester Stallone did an amazing job portraying Rocky in the age that he is in. Rocky is in a point in his life where he feels just alone and abandoned. He feels like he needs to just let things happen, even though he might end up getting run over, or he might end up getting a disease or something like that. He's like, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be with those who love me. And then comes in Michael B. Jordan's character, Donnie, and he asks him, hey, can you train me? And next thing you know, that's how the relationship just bonds, where it's like, you're the closest thing that I have to my father. Donnie's characters, or Donnie, Creed, is saying, hey, I mean, maybe we can actually do something. Me and you, we're kind of looking for those type of relationships that we don't have. Donnie doesn't have that relationship for a male figure in his life, like in the sense of somebody who can actually mentor him and train him to be a real good boxer, to fulfill his destiny, you could say. And then you have Rocky, who is basically alone, or he doesn't have anybody to hang out with, or if not to talk to. So it really sets that up. One of the things that I did not like about the film was there's certain scenes where it was just like, you really didn't need that, but I guess so. There's one scene where Donnie is walking around the city, and he goes back to this. This is after he's been busted, or he got arrested, and he just walks around the city, and he's looking for comfort. He's looking for somebody to speak to, and then he ends up at this boxing training building outside, and it's locked, and he doesn't know anywhere else to go, and he just sits there, and there's just this kid, I think, just appears out of nowhere, and he says, hey, you're Apollo Creed's son. And he goes, yeah. And the kid just nods and just takes off, and he just sits there, and that's it. And I'm just like, what? I mean, what was that all about? Another thing, because before that he arrives, it's already it shows him already looking for people to comfort him because he's in pain, and you really didn't need that extra scene because the audience already understood it, especially me. I already understood. I was like, okay, I get it. And another part where it was like, Sylvester Stallone's character Rocky has to make a big giant decision in the sense that he has to make a call to this individual so they could set up a fight with Donnie, and Donnie's like, yo, I'm ready to go, and Rocky's like, oh, are you sure? Oh, no way, And Donnie's like, yeah, man, it's your call. And, he gives Rocky that choice, and Rocky's like, okay, oh, and Rocky takes off, and the camera stays on Michael B. Jordan's character, and he's just looking around, and then he just screams like, yeah, and that's it. And I was just like, okay, I guess we had to see him scream to understand that he's excited. So that's another thing. Like I said, each and every person is entitled to their own opinion of a film, but this film, since it's a little bit more urban, it's not like the original films where it was like PG. Now you'll see scenes where you really can't take your son or daughter with you unless they're already that age where they understand what they're watching. Especially that one scene where it was just like Donnie's character and this other individual start, doing the wild monkey dance, and I was just like, wow, man. I mean, it's not Rocky's film, it's Creed's film. So, and the relationship between Donnie, Creed, and the love interest, I just don't buy it because so much of it is so superficial and it really doesn't go deep, 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 deep. People who really just know each other for a couple of weeks don't really know each other, don't really know each other. So, once you make that commitment of getting to bed with that individual, it's something that you're putting yourself in risk big time. And I truly believe that you should just wait until you get married because there are so many single parents and kids without fathers that their lives are ruined, if not ruined, but they're looking for that father figure, and because of that father figure not being there, it's been a huge giant, has a huge negative effect on the family. So that's one of the things that I did not approve of the film. I thought I was just like, I think they should just wait until, the third film, or if not the second film, once like, okay, the relationship has developed and you can understand that because they're millennials, they'll go out there and do the wild monkey dance. But me personally, abstain until you get married. I guarantee you'll save yourself a lot of problems because I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I would not want anybody to go through what I've seen. Okay, so another thing, one of the pluses that I really loved about the film was just cinematography. The cinematography in this film is off the hook. It is good, man. I was just like especially late at night when Michael B's running around the city. It looks good. I was just like, man, this is some good stuff. Good cinematography. Another thing that I really loved was just the camera work, especially in this one bout that Donnie has. I think it happens in the middle of the film. Yeah, it happens in the middle of the film, and it's an exhibition bout, and the camera just can continue rolling. It just continue getting Donnie's fight, and it's like a continuous shot. Just a continuous shot, like, bam, Donnie goes into the ring, he starts fighting, he gets hit, and then he gets a scar in his eye, and you're like, well, how did he get that scar? It's real good editing and real good camera work, and I was just like floored. I was like, that is so cool. I think that fight was even better than the last fight, and the last fight is definitely intense, very intense, because it really gets your blood, pumping. It really does. But like I said, this film is not. It's not a Rocky film. I just need to tell you that because a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, Sylvester Stallone, is gonna be, hey, yo, Adrian." Like, no. This is a Creed film. This is, this is Michael B. Jordan's, film where it's like, basically, if you look back 10 years from now, this is the film that really made him into whoever he's gonna be. And Michael B. Jordan delivers. He delivers as his character. I was just like, man, the way he trains and the way he built up his body, I was very impressed with Michael B. I mean, he really has that skill and talent to be a class actor. I mean, there's still some more he could develop, but he's on his way, and that's awesome. And congratulations, Michael B. You did a real excellent job, and also you, Sylvester, and everybody else, part of the crew and cast. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. You guys have an awesome day. Jesus is King, and I'll be seeing you when I'll see you. Bye.